Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels with the brand new Codex and Jason's Dark Eldar. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Dark Angels received word that one of the Fallen was captured by a Dark Eldar raiding party, and he was being held as a slave and being transported back to Commoragh, or would be transported back to Commoragh to fight in the pits. But the Dark Angels did not want that. They wanted to have him for their own, to put through the interrogation and have him repent for their sins. So they dispatched a force of elite Death Wing and Raven Wing here to go and capture them. To try to take them out so they could capture him back and take him for their own. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing something land. Scorched Earth, the mission from the Maelstrom, not the Maelstrom, the Eternal War mission from Chapter Approved. So we've got 6 objectives over here, all across the table. And what it is at the end of each of your turns, if you hold the objective, you score a point at the end of your turn. Also, at the end of your turn, if you control the objective in your opponent's deployment zone, you can raise it to the ground, which means you just destroy it and you score D3 victory points, but then that objective is gone for the rest of the game. So just kind of an interesting little thing. So basically, we're going to be trying to go for 1 objective each. We've got 1 in each deployment zone, and the most are just in the middle there, so we can just run up and punch each other in the face. So so that's the mission and the story that we've got going on here. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, I have a librarian and terminator armor with a 4-stave. We have 3 5-man scout squads with bolters. We have a 3-man Black Knight squad. Then for the vanguard detachment, we have Belial and an interrogator chaplain in terminator armor. We have a Deathwing champion. We have a Deathwing ancient. We have a 5-man Deathwing Knight squad with a Watcher in the Dark. We have a 10-man Deathwing Terminator squad with 2 Cyclone missile launchers. And last but not least, we have a Land Raider Crusader. And for the Dark Eldar, he'll be running a battalion, an Outrider, and a Vanguard detachment. Leading off the Outrider detachment, we have an Archon with an Agonizer Whip and the Parasite Kiss Relic. We have a 5-man squad of Scourges with 2 Haywire Blasters, 2 Splinter Cannons, and a Shard Carbine. We have a 5-man squad of Hellions with Hellglaives, Splinter Pods, and the Heliarch has a Phantasm Grenade Launcher. We have another 5-man Hellion squad with Hellglaives, Splinter Pods, and the Heliarch has an Agonizer Whip, a Splinter Pistol, and the Phantasm Grenade Launcher. Then for the Vanguard detachment, leading it off here, we have Drazar. We have 2 10-man squads of Incubi. We have a 6-man squad of Trueborn with 3 blasters, 2 splinter cannons, and the Drakon has an Agonizer Whip and a Splinter Rifle. Then for the battalion, we have a Succubus with an Agonizer Whip and a Glaive, and an Archon with a Agonizer Whip and a Blast Pistol. We have 2 5-man squads of Cabalite Warriors. We have a 9-man squad of Witches, one with a pair of Hydra Gauntlets, and the Hecatrix has a Phantasm Grenade Launcher. We have 2 Venoms with 2 Splinter Cannons each. We have 4 Raiders with Disintegrator Cannons and Blade Veins. And last but not least, we have a Ravager with 3 Dark Lances. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment now. We've got one of my scout squads over here. We've got the Black Knights right up on the edge there. We've got another scout squad back here on the objective. This is where Jenkins is, right down there. We've got the Land Raider over here. Inside the Land Raider, we have the Deathwing Knights, along with Belial, the champion, and the ancient. Over here, we've got the other scout squad, and then in reserves, we've got my 10-man Terminator squad, which I've combat squadded into 2 5-man squads. I've got the Interrogator Chaplain, and we've got the Librarian. So that's the deployment for the Dark Angels. Going over here for the Dark Eldar, we have a Raider with the Witch Cult and the Succubus inside. We've got Hellions over here. We've got a, what is this? Venom. Ha! I knew I told him I might have to look to him for some advice on how to, what these were. So we've got a Venom over here with Cabalite Warriors. We've got his the Ravager. I was going to say Reaper, but a Ravager. We've got another Raider here. This one has the Incubi inside. We've got another Venom with Cabalite Warriors. We've got Hellions. We've got another Raider. This one has the more Incubi. And then last, over there on the side there, but certainly not least, we have the Raider with the Trueborn, Drazar, and the 2 Archons. Boom, got that one. That's the one I thought I was going to have trouble with. Apparently it was Venom. That's what I did have trouble with. So that's the deployment, and his Scourges are in Deep Strike Reserve. So that is that. As of right now, the Dark Angels will be going first, unless he can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. And
I'm going to use your special die.
Oh, he's going to use my die? No! Oh, see, that's what you get. You get the opposite of a Phil face when you try to use my die. So that... Exactly, that's what you get. Your Dark Eldar trickery doesn't work on my dice. Nothing works on my dice. Yeah. So that is going to be it. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. My Scout stood still here. Scout stood still here. Scout stood still here. My Land Raider just moved up 10 inches over here. The Black Knights over here advanced up to here. I didn't spend the command point to let them charge this turn because I kind of wanted to just stick them there. In came this combat squad of Terminators, along with the Librarian and my Interrogator Chaplain, who's going to be my Warlord, by the way, and he's got the Master of Maneuver as his Warlord trait. And then I've got the other combat squad over here looking on his, what is it called? Ravager? Ravager! Got it in the end. Ha-ha! All right. So that's it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. And I'm going to spend the stratagem here for Deathwing Assault onto this squad over here. So I've spent 2 CP since there's a 5-man squad here. They are now going to immediately fire now that they've dropped in here into his Raiders over here. All of the Storm Bolters and one of the Cyclone Missile Launchers is going to fire into this Raider over here, and then one of the Cyclone Missile Launchers is going to fire into there. That's the reason I did this, was I took a 10-man squad and then combat squatted them into 2 5-man squads and get the 2 special weapons into the same squad. It's pretty good way to go about it, especially when you're spending the CP on it. So these are going to be the Storm Bolters and one of the Cyclone Missile Launchers into his Raider over here on the left. These are going to be the greens are going to be the Storm Bolters. Cyclone Missile Launcher is going to be the black one. So these are going to be hitting on 3s and 4s. Okay, those do not hit. All right. So these are now strength 4, toughness 5. So looking for 5s to wound. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not great, but 4 wounds. AP nothing.
Save on a 5.
Saving on a 5 up.
Or sorry, a 4.
Saving on a 4, so still 2 saves. So takes 2 wounds. He's actually going to spend a command point on 1? No, so it still goes through. And then the other Cyclone Missile Launcher is going to fire into the other there. So hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound. AP minus 3.
So invul 5.
Invul 5 up. Makes 1 of them, so 1 goes through, and it's D3. 1 second. It's actually D6 damage. So 6 damage. Brutal. All right, so that's it for the stratagems there. Now we're going to go into the psychic phase. He's going to start us off by casting Smite into this Raider over here. Going off with a 7. And that's 1 mortal wound. And now I'm going to cast Righteous Repugnance onto them. No, that does not go off. All right, so now onto the shooting phase. We're going to start with firing these guys again. They're going to fire all their Storm Bolters into them, and then they're going to fire the 2 Cyclone Missile Launchers into this Raider. So we're going to go with the Storm Bolters first, hitting on 3s. All right. They did move since they came in from reserve, so they don't get the reroll for Grim Resolve. And now wounding on 5s. Ooh, got 2, 3. 3 wounds there. AP nothing, so we got 4 ups. Oh, and he makes them all. And now the Cyclone missile launchers into him. 4 shots, hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 2.
5 up.
5 up. Oh, and he makes it with the invul. All right, now both of these guys are going to fire into him with the storm bolters. So we got 8 shots hitting on 3s. All hits, pretty good. And strength, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds.
So 1 4-up.
1 4-up. Well, got 2 wounds, so 2 4-ups. Okay, makes 1, fails 1. All right, now my land raider is going to fire. He's going to fire his twin assault cannon into this raider here, and the hurricane bolters into the venom over here. So we're going to go with the twin assault cannon first, hitting on 3 since he's got power of the machine spirit. Okay. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Alrighty then. So we've got 3 6 wounds. These are AP minus 1. So 6 5-up invul saves. Fails all of them. So 6 wounds. He is dead. Does he explode? No, he doesn't explode. And that is first blood. All right, now the hurricane bolters are going to fire into his venom over here. I've got 12 shots because they're not in rapid fire range, and it's minus 1 to hit because of flicker fields, right? Because of flicker fields. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. Ooh.
Saved myself a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Save yourself 2 shots there. Toughness still 5, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound.
And 4 up.
1 4-up. No, goes through, so 1 wound. All right, now these guys, my Black Knights, are going to fire into his Ravager back there. Yep, Ravager. I got it right. I keep looking to him for for confirmation that I've got that right as opposed to wrong. I'm going to spend the command point on weapons from the Dark Age, so it's going to be +1 damage. I'm not going to supercharge them because they're already at -1 to hit because of assaulting. So these are going to be 6 shots hitting on 4s. See, that would have been a lot of dead guys there. But still, 3 hits, I'll take that.
That is my only wet paper vehicle.
That's true.
Toughness 6, though.
Oh, they are toughness 6.
That's the only one.
That's the only one. So, but they're still strength 7, so you're going to be wounding on 3s. So that's 3 wounds, AP minus 3.
Invul 5.
So invul 5-ups. Oh! That's how you do it! And now these Terminators are going to fire into his Ravager over here. So we've got 20 shots from the Storm Bolters hitting on 3s. All right. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Oh, get back here. My dice. So that is, wow, that's a fair, wow, that was stupid good. Holy cow. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Wow, 10 AP minus nothing. So we got 10 4-up, and now he's going to try it in the dice. See, that's more like what my dice do. So we've got, he made 3 of them, so that means it's 7 wounds onto him. That's what you get for using my dice again. I told you. See, that's my dice finally. That's what they wanted to roll for me, but for some reason couldn't. So they just took it out on you since they didn't get to do what they usually do. And now this scout squad's going to fire into his Incubi over here. So 5 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move because of Grim Resolve. All right, so there we go. 4 hits. Wounding on toughness 3. Toughness 3, so wounding on 3s. We've got 2 wounds, AP nothing, 3 up armor, fails 1 of them. Feel no pain, nope, that goes through. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. We're going to start out with this Terminator squad charging into his Incubi and his Raider over here. So we're going to have Overwatch from the Raider. This is the disintegration cannon. Getting 1 hit, strength what?
5.
5, so that's a wound, AP what?
-3.
AP minus 3, so looking for a 5-up save here. No, fail it. So 1, how much damage is it?
2.
2 damage, so 1 is dead. Oh, that's brutal. All right, so now they're going to be charging in here. I need 7 inches to get into them, 9 inches to get into him over here. So, looking for a 7 or 9. Getting it with a 10, I'll take that. And now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to charge into the Raider. He needs about a 10-inch charge. No, not getting that, but he's got Master Maneuver, so he gets to re-roll. Oh, into a 7. That's rough. And now these Terminators are going to charge into his Ravager over here. So, Overwatch here with the 3 Dark Lances. No, nothing there, so the charge distance needed 9 inches. No, not getting it, and I'm not going to re-roll because that's not going to work. All right, so that is it for the charges. We'll come back to you with a fight phase.
I wish it was.
All right, so starting over here. This squad over here is going to start us off. We're going to go with 3 guys into his Raider, 1 guy into his Incubi. We're going to go with the 3 into the Raider, 2 attacks each, hitting on 4s because they're using their Power Fists. Alrighty then. So strength 8, wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds.
Roll D3.
Oh, that's right. Those go through. So D3 each. 4 wounds. So he is down to 2. And then the 2 into the Incubi over here. 1 hit. 1 squish. So they don't have an invul save, do they? Oh, but they've got
3.
Oh, they've got
So
armor 3, so 6 up. Nope, goes through, and then D3 damage. 1 damage, so 6 up. No, so 1 is dead. All right, so now the Raider's going to attack back into them. 1 attack, hitting on a 4. That's a cock dice. Hitting on a 4. No hit there.
That's fine with me.
All right, so now the Incubi are going to attack his, what's it called, the character?
Clavex.
The Clavex, something, the, whatever. Their sergeant is going to be attacking with them. He's going to have the green dice. He's got 4 attacks. Those are going to be hitting on 2s. The others have 3 attacks hitting on 3s. So here we go, 2s and 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, and wounding on 4s. All right, that's 1 cocked. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there. 6 AP minus 3, right? Yep, AP minus 3, so 6 5-ups. Failed 3 of them, so 1 is dead and 1 takes a wound. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Eldar turn on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Eldar. His Hellions shot up the board over this way. His Venom shot up the board over this way. His Witches and the Succubus disembarked, moving up over this way, and then his Raider moved up to secure that objective there. His Ravager moved up here a little bit. His other Hellions moved up over here. His Raider over here disembarked his Incubus Dude Bros over there, and then turned around looking on my Terminators. Same thing over here. His Raider disembarked everybody over around there, including Drazar and... Oh, is the Archons?
The only thing that's still in there is 1 Archon.
Okay, 1 Archon is still in there.
Trueborn went here.
Trueborn went over here.
Drazar
went over there. There should be 1 more Archon, right?
Yeah, he's still in the vehicle.
2 more Archons, right? Aren't they both in there? Or no? Yeah.
You know what? They both are.
Yeah, so both Archons are still inside the vehicle there. Everything else jumped out, and then he moved up here, fell back over this way, and looking onto my Terminators. And his Venom over here shot up, and then his Scourges dropped in the back over there.
Yeah,
so yeah, there's a lot of characters, a lot of models. A lot of bodies on the table here. So, so that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Let's start off the shooting phase with his Scourges. He's going to fire the 2 the scatter carbine? No.
2 splinter cannons.
Splinter carbine, shard carbine, and the splinter cannons into my scouts over here, and he's going to fire the 2 haywire blasters. Haywire blasters into my Land Raider over there. So, man, seriously struggling. Welcome to my world. So we're going to start with all of those shots into the scouts over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. This is where it gets bad.
And now these are strength what?
It's wounding on a 4+ no matter what, unless it's vehicle on 6.
Okay, so wounding on a 4+. So we've got 1, 2, 3 wounds. Okay, AP what?
Nothing.
AP nothing. So we got 3 ups because they're in cover there. Failed 1 of them. And now the Haywire Blaster into my Land Raider. That's 2 hits. Looking for a...
it's strength 4, so it'll be 6.
Strength 4, wounding on 6s, but on a 4 up they do a mortal wound.
So 6s will be D3 mortal.
So 6s will be D3 mortal. So got 1 mortal wound onto my Land Raider there.
I'll come in.
All right, sorry about that. I had some malfunction there with my camera and I didn't get to show it, but the venom fired into these guys, put on 3 wounds, and they failed 2 of their 3 up saves. So they are down to 3 guys left, and now the squad inside of the venom is going to fire over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, wow, that's all hits. That's pretty good. Except for one. Sorry, that was 1 miss. So these are going to be wounding on 4s. So we got 3 misses, so we got 5 wounds there. We got 5 AP nothing, so 5 3 ups. Failed 1. And now his Hellions are gonna fire into my bikers over there. Hitting on 3s. All right, 2 misses. Strength, what is this?
It's gonna be
it's just always wounding on 4+ because of poison. All right, so
3 6.
So 6 wounds onto them. AP nothing, so we're gonna have actually 2 up saves because of cover over there. So 6 2 ups. Oh no! Failed 2 of them. That means one of them is dead. Womp womp. And now the witches are gonna fire into my bikers. The pistols hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Wounded on 4s, so we got 1 wound. AP nothing, 1 2 up. He's good. Woo! And now these Hellions over here are gonna fire into my scouts over here. So hitting on 3s. All right.
Not as good that time.
Yep. Wounding on 4s. Pretty good there. So that's 4 wounds. 3 up saves because they're in cover. Failed 1 of them.
Probably shoot the.
And now the venom is going to fire into these guys over here. So we've got a bunch of shots here hitting on 3s. All right. Not as good that time. All right. Wounding on 4s, but that's pretty good. So that's 4 wounds. About average there. So looking for 3 ups. And I'll make them all. Woo! And now the unit inside is going to do the same thing into them. On 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. So we got 2 wounds. 2 3 ups. Failed 1. So now the Trueborn are going to fire. They're going to fire the 3 blasters into my Land Raider and all the splinter rifle and the splinter cannons into all the splinter weapons into my scouts over here. So we're going to go with the blasters first. So hitting on 3s, getting 2 hits, strength 8, so wounded on 4s. We got 2 wounds, AP -4.
Oh, that's 6.
So we got 6. We're looking for 6 up. Show me them Phil faces. Getting 1, so 1 goes through. Do damage. And now the splinter weapons into my scouts over here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. We've got 1 2 3 wounds. 3 up saves. And failed 1. And now the Ravager is going to fire into my Land Raider here, hitting on 4s because he's in the 2nd tier, but he doesn't suffer any of the movement penalties here. So he's got 2 hits, but he's going to spend a command point to re-roll into 3 hits. All right, so these are strength 8 -4. So D6. These are looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -4, so looking for a 6 up. Show me that Phil first. No Phil face. D6 damage. 2 damage. So now this Raider over here is going to fire into my my Terminators over here. He's down to 2 wounds left, so he's at the lowest tier, so going to be hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit. No wound. And now this Raider, who is in full strength, is going to fire into my Terminators. So hitting on 3s. That's all hits. 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 5 ups. Failed them both. That's 2 damage each, right? Yes. So that is 2 dead Terminators. And now he's gonna fire into this squad over here. So hitting on, he's at full strength, so hitting on 3s. It's 2 hits. Wounding on, that's 2 wounds. 2 5 up saves. Showing them 5 ups. No, why you? Even if it was full armor saves, I would have been fine. Oh, that's painful. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. He's gonna start with his Incubus squad here, charging into my both of the characters over here. So I'm gonna fire Overwatch with the 2 Stormbolters. So we're gonna have 8 shots hitting on 6s, getting 2 hits. That is 1 wound.
3 up armor.
3 up armor save. And no, goes through. Feel no pain. Yep. No, goes through. All right, so 7 inches will get him into the librarian over there. No, double ones. And he spent a command point to see if he get. No, he doesn't get it. Oh, brutal. And now Drukhari is going to charge into the Terminators over here. Yeah, he's in. Oh, barely, but in. And now his Hellions are going to charge into my Black Knights. Not going to supercharge, hitting on 6s. Yeah, no, why not? They got 2 hits. That's pretty good. That's why I didn't supercharge, but that's pretty good. So that's 2 hits, wounding on, what's their toughness? 3. So looking for 2s to wound. Oh, of course. No, I'm not going to. Just 1 wound. AP minus 3. Do they have an invul?
Does it have multiple damage?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so just 1 field of pain.
1 field of pain. Oh, and he gets it. Well done. And their charge distance is totally in. Now the Succubus is going to charge in. And she's totally in. Yeah, probably in. And now the Witches are going to charge in. They are totally in. And now his Venom's going to charge into my Scouts over here. Firing Overwatch with the 6 shots from the Bolters. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on 5. No wound there. So their charge distance, he's looking for an 8-inch charge. Gets it in. And now the Hellions are going to charge in as well. Getting in with 6. And now he's going to, his Venom here is going to charge into my Lone Scout Sergeant there. He's going to throw a grenade looking for a 6. 3. That is a 3, so no. That is not a hit. His charge distance is totally in. And now his Scourges are going to charge into my Scouts over here. So I've got 2 in rapid fire, 1 in not, and 2 that are not. So 6 shots hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits. I'll take that. Toughness 3.
Yep.
So looking for 3s. Getting 1 wound.
4 up.
4 up. No, goes through. Do they have a field no pain as well?
They do.
Yep. No, goes through. So 1 is dead. And then they need an 11-inch charge.
I'll keep my...
Oh, close, but no cigar.
Yeah, already.
All right, so starting off the fight phase, Drukhari is going to attack into my Terminators over here. So he's going to have 6 attacks here because he's using the dual blades, right? So this is going to be hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Strength 4, so wounding on 4s.
And 6 is grant extra attacks.
And 6 is grant extra attacks. Okay, so you got 1 extra 6 there. Hit. So that is a hit. And then a wound. So he's got... looking for 4, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds there at AP minus 2, right? Mm-hmm. So 3 4 up saves, and I make them all. Woo! All right, now I'm spending 2 command points to intervene here with my Terminators. So 1's going to go into Drukhari, 2 are going to go into the Incubi. So we're going to go with the 1 into Drukhari, hitting on 4s, getting 1 hit, wounding on what's his toughness?
4.
4. So looking for 2. Oh, why? Why? Oh, no, I've only got 2 left. No, I'm not going. No, why? And now my other 2 are going to go into the Incubi over there on 4s. Okay, 3 hits. Wounded on 2s. Really? Another 1? All right, so that's still 2 wounds. These are going their armor straight through, right? So now we just have to do the first one. Oh, he's got 3 up armor, so 6s. Sorry. That one's cocked back there. No, so those do go through. So the first one is 1 wound.
1 field of pain.
1 field of pain. No, goes through. And the other one is still 1 wound. Oh, and that does go through. So 2 still die. All right, so now the Venom is going to attack into my Scout there. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. AP.
Strength 4, minus 1.
AP minus 1, so looking for a 5 up. Oh, it wanted with that 6, but it didn't, so he is dead. And now the Venom over here is going to attack into my Scouts. That is 2 hits.
Strength 4 minus 1.
Strength 4, so looking for 4s. That's 1 wound. AP minus 1, so 5 up. Good with the fill face. All right, so now the Hellions are going to attack in over here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. And then that's a miss. So then these are going to be strength plus 1, right?
Yep.
So strength 4. So looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds at AP minus 1.
Nope, AP nothing, but damage 2.
Oh, AP nothing, damage 2. Sorry. So AP nothing. So looking for 4 ups. Failing 3. So that is 4, 5. Failing 5. Either which way, they're dead. Womp womp. All right, now the Hellions are going to attack into my Black Knights over here. These are going to be, that's the whip. So these are all hitting on 3s. All right, so these are strength 4.
These ones are strength nothing. They'll wound on 4s no matter what.
They're going to wound on 4s, and then these ones are strength 4, so they're going to be wounding on 5s. So 4s and 5s, so we got 4 wounds. Are they all AP nothing?
AP minus 2, AP minus nothing.
All right, so we've got 3 at AP minus 2, so 3 5-ups. Making one of those is a 1 wound each.
1 wound each here.
Okay.
2 damage.
And then 2 damage on the other one. Looking for a 3-up. He's good on that one. All right, so now his succubus is going to attack into the biker there. She's going to use her glaive, so hitting on 3s because of because of -1 to hit. All right, so that is 3 hits. Strength +2, so looking for 4s to wound. I got 3 wounds at AP minus 3, so we got 3 6-ups. Show me them fill faces. No, show me no fill faces. So, yeah, he did. All right, so now his incubi are going to attack in over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s.
2s.
Oh, hitting on 2s because
6
of
inches of Drazar.
because they're within 6 inches of Drazar. All right. Ooh, all but 1. Brutal.
I needed that.
Yeah, and these are going to be strength what?
4.
Strength 4, so wounding on 4s. All right.
Damn, that's really good.
Wow, that is real good. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12.
So we got 12 wounds in there. AP minus what again?
3.
AP minus 3. So we got 6, 11, 12.
Got to see some bye-bye Terminator.
Oh. So AP minus 3. So looking for 5-ups. No, they are 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they did. Womp womp. All right, and that is it for the Dark Eldar turn here on turn 1. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. He advanced up towards this way. These guys disembarked from the Land Raider and moved up here. So the Black Knights and Belial and the Ancient moving up this way. My Librarian moved up over this way. My Interrogator Chaplain moved up over this way. My Champion disembarked over this way, looking on his Venom over here. My Land Raider moved up over there once he disembarked everyone, and my Scouts stayed still. And that is it. That's all I got left. So we will come back to you with the Psychic phase here on turn 2. All right, so first things first, he's going to cast Righteous Repugnance onto my Deathwing Knights over there. Getting... Oh! I'm... Perils. I am... Yeah, I'm going to spend a command point on one of those. What? No!
What a waste.
Oh, that one right in the feels. Right in the feels. Oh, okay, so D3 mortal wounds. Oh, 2 mortal wounds. That is rough, but at least they are righteously repugned. And now he's going to cast Smite onto these guys over here. Getting hit with 5. I was really going to be upset if that was going to nail that one. One wound.
Feel no pain.
Feel no pain? No, it goes through. All right, so starting off the shooting phase now, my Interrogator Chaplain's going to fire into his Incubi over here. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, right? Their toughness 3, 3s. 1 wound. 3 up. No, goes through. 6 up, feel no pain. No, goes through.
Mini man.
And now my Librarian is going to shoot into them. Oh, whew. All right, 1 hit. No wound. All right, these scouts here are going to fire into his Scourges. We're going to have 2 in rapid fire range. So we've got 6 attacks coming into them, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Nope, didn't help on that case. All right, so we've got 4 hits. Strength 4, toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. We got 3 wounds. AP nothing, 3 4-ups. Fails 2 of them. And then, do they have the feel no pain?
They do.
All right.
I'll spend a command.
I was going to spend a command point to re-roll 1 of those. That does good, so we've got just the 1 feel no pain. No, that one goes through. And now my Deathwing Ancient's going to fire into his Incubi over here. 4 shots hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Belial. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds. 2 3-ups, right? Because they're on cover?
2-ups in cover.
Oh, 2-ups in cover. So that should have been 2-ups before, too. So fails one of them. 6-up, feel no pain. No, 1 dead. And now Belial's going to do the same thing. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. All right, wounding on 3s. Okay, so that is 2 wounds, 2 2-ups. Makes them both. All right, now my Land Raider's going to fire. He's going to fire his twin assault cannon into the Ravager, 1 Hurricane Bolter into his Hellions, and 1 into the Witches. So we're going to go with the twin assault cannon into his Ravager over there, hitting on 3s because of he's still in the top tier. Rerolling 1s because of Belial, because it's not a Deathwing vehicle. I didn't spend the points for that, so. All right, pretty good. Strength 6, so wounding on 4s. Ugh. All right, so we've got 5 wounds, AP -1. So 5 ups, right?
Yep.
Ooh, fails 4 of them.
Nice.
Does he have a feel no pain or no?
Nope.
No, so does he explode? No, he does not. Now the first Hurricane Bolter into the Hellions over here. 12 shots because they're in rapid fire range. Rerolling 1s because of Belial. All right. So these are now, what their toughness? 3, toughness 3. So looking for 3s to wound. All right, pretty good. We've got 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 wounds. So we've got, let's do 2 at a time because if those 2 go down, you can start taking them into the, they've got cover there. So we've got 2 guys at a time. So looking for
5s.
5, so that's 2, but they've got feel no pains. Nope, so now they're gonna be 4s. These are AP nothing, so. Yeah. So then we've got 3 more guys. So the rest you could just take because they're gonna be at 4 ups because of cover. Failed 3 of them, feel no pains. No, those all go through, so that is the squad. And now the other one into the Witches back there. So hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Belial. All right. Toughness 3, right? So wounding on 3s. All right. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So we got 7, 2 at a time because we got the 2 guys out there. Failed both. 1. Oh, failed both. There's 6 ups? Oh, 6 up, okay. No, so that's 2 dead. And then we've got, so for now, 5 more. And these are going to be at 5 ups because they're in cover. Makes 1 of them, so 4, 6 up, feel no pains. No, those all go through, so another 4 are dead. So now, starting off the assault phase, my champion's going to charge into his Venom. Overwatch. Getting quite a few hits there. That's pretty good. Strength, what is it? 4, right? Strength 3. So wounding on 5, so that's 2 wounds. 2 up saves. And he makes them both, and his charge distance is totally in. And now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to charge into Drazar. He is in. And now my Librarian is going to charge into the Incubi here. That is in. And now my Deathwing Knights are going to charge into his Trueborn and his Incubi over here. So the greens are going to be the blasters. Everything else is Splinter. So 2 hits. That one's cocked. That's 2 wounds. 2 up saves. Oh, failed 1, so I take a wound, but their charge distance is totally in. And now my Deathwing Ancient is going to charge in. He is totally in. And Belial is going to charge in. Yeah, he's totally in. And now my Land Raider is going to charge into his, into both the Witches and his Succubus. And they're in. All right, so starting off the fight phase, Belial's going to attack into the Incubi over there. So I've got +1 attack because of the Ancient there, so it's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, all hits, wounding on 2s because of the Sword of Silence. So that is 5 wounds at AP -3 and 2 damage each, so they all go through. So we got to do
6 ups.
Oh, 6 ups because it's they've got 3 up armor. Nope, they all go through. So now we have to do 2 feel no pains at a time. So the first one, nope, first one's dead. Second one is dead. Third one is dead. Fourth one is dead. And fifth one is also dead. So that's 5 dead incubi. All right, so now he is going to interrupt with his last 2 command points, and he's going to have Drazar attack into my Warlord Interrogator Chaplain here. So he's got 6 attacks. He's using the dual blades, hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of himself, right?
Warlord trait.
Yep, his Warlord trait. So these are now going to be strength 4, so wounding on 4s. Those 2 6s grant him 2 extra attacks. That's 2 hits. 1 extra wound.
Rerolling wounds for the Warlord trait.
Rerolling wounds for the Warlord trait. Nope. So we've got how many wounds here? That's that 3 is not a wound, right? Because it's wounding on 4s. So we've got the 6, right? Wasn't that 6?
That was both 3s.
They were both 3s. Oh, so okay. They were both 3s. So that is going to be 5 wounds. AP -2. So it's going to be 4 up, either Rosarius or armor save. Looking for 4 ups. Oh! How many wounds each are they?
1.
1 wound each, so he's still alive, but not feeling super great. All right, so now my librarian is going to activate into his incubi over here. So we've got 4 attacks because he's within 6 inches of the ancient over there. These are going to be, oh, 1 second. All right, yep, so he is Deathwing. That's what I just wanted to check, and he's going to be attacking in there. So he's got 1 extra attack because of the ancient over there. So 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Alrighty, is he within 1 second? Within 6 inches of the Interrogator Chaplain. So that's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 2s because it's strength +2. That is going to be 2 wounds. 2 AP -1. So it's going to be 2 4 ups. Oh, failed them both. D3 damage each. So the first one is 2. Woo. No, so it's 1 dead, and then 1. And no, that's 2 dead.
Needed that.
All right, and now my my ancient is going to attack into the incubi there. 4 attacks because he gets +1 from himself. Hitting on 4s because he's using a power fist. Not re-rolling 3s. He was only re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Belial. Wounding on 2s. Oh, 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 6-ups. No, both go through. D3 damage. So the first one is 1 damage. He's good. And the second one, 1 damage. Is not good, so 1 dead. All right, so now my Deathwing Knights are going to activate. We're going to go with 1 guy into the incubi here. He's got 2 attacks +1 for the ancient, hitting on 3s. All hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds at AP -1 second. It's AP -2, so 5 ups. Fails them both, 3 damage each. So we've got the first one looking for 6 ups. Almost. And then the second one. No, so that's 2 more dead. And now the rest of the squad's going to attack into the Trueborn over there. So the blacks are going to be the Knightmaster with the Flail of the Unforgiven. They've got 2 attacks each, except for the Knightmaster has 3, +1 each because of the Ancient being there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Belial. Oh, that was a hit over there. All right, all hits. Wounding on 2s. Alrighty, so these are going to be, let's do these ones first. So these are going to be 3 damage each. So the AP is -2 for these, -3 for these. Don't they have feel no pains?
Really?
Okay, he's just gonna all right, so he's just gonna take them there. So they are, yeah, they're dead. And now my champion's going to attack into his Venom over here. 3 attacks. Okay, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, AP -4, so those just go through, right? And they are D3 or 3? 1 second. All right, so it's D3 damage each. So 4 damage. I'm gonna spend my last command point on this one. Into 2, so he is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. And 3 guys actually tripped on their way out, which is pretty killer. All right, now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to attack into Drazar. I've got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, hitting on 2s. Sorry. All right, all hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, that is 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 3-ups. Oh, fails 1, that's 2 damage. Does he have a feel no pain? He does. Oh, and he makes 1 of them, so he only takes 1 wound. All right, and now his Incubi over here is going to go into my Ancient. 4 attacks. That's all hits.
Yep.
Strength
4.
So 2 wounds. AP -3. So looking for 5-ups. No, both go through, and that's 1 damage each. So he's down to 3. And now he is going. His Incubi here is going to attack into my Librarian. That is 1.
Never mind.
Nope. So that's 3 hits. 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves. And he makes them both. Woo! Forgot about my Land Raider here. He's going to go. Didn't make a difference over there. So my Land Raider is going to go. He managed to finish an inch within the Witches and the Succubus. So we're going to go on the Succubus first on a 4-up for Frag Assault Launchers. Yep. So D3 mortal wounds onto the Succubus. 3 mortal wounds. And then onto the Witches. Yep. 3 onto the Witches. So we're going to go onto the Succubus first to see if she has feel no pains. No, she's going to take 3, and then onto the Witches. No, so the Witches are actually wiped. But the Succubus now takes 3 wounds from that. And now his attacks into the Witch over there, into the Succubus. 6 attacks hitting on 6s. Getting 1. That is not a wound. And now the Succubus is going to attack back. That is going to be 2 hits.
Nope. Let's see. Brides of Death. Witch cult units can reroll 1s.
Oh, rerolls 1s. So now that's 3 hits. Looking for
Strength 5.
Strength 5, so 5s to wound. No wounds there. All right, so that's it for the Dark Angel's turn here. Going over morale. This guy was going to auto run because he lost like 9 guys. He lost 5 guys over there, so 5 plus 1 is 6. So he's actually, oh no, -1. So he would have been 6. So 7.
9.
Yeah. So 5 plus 1 is 6. He's leadership 8. -1 is 7. He's good. Regardless, whatever it is, he's good. These guys lost 3 over here. So 3 plus 3 is 6, and they are good. And everyone else got wiped who got attacked. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the oh, let's go over the scoring as of right now. So right now, I had 4 at the beginning of the turn. I now have 5 points from objectives. I also have First Blood, which gives me 6. My opponent had 5. Oh no, my opponent had, yes, my opponent had 1, 2, 3,
I had 5.
4. Yeah, he had 5. So he had 5 from last turn. I had 4 the first turn plus First Blood, and now I just got 1 more over here. Because over here, they're a troop choice, so they're holding that with objective secured. This over here, she's within 3 inches of it as well, so that's just 2 units that are within 6. So that is contested. They've got that one, they've got that one, I've got that one, and over here I'm not close enough to do anything with. So that is it for the turn here. So it's at the end of turn, or at the end of my turn 2, I have 6 points, my opponent has 5. We'll come back to you after movement for the Dark Eldar. All right, movement phase for the Dark Eldar here on turn 2. His raider over here stayed on this objective. He disembarked his Kabalite warriors over here onto this objective, and then the Venom shot up over here to try to take out my scouts, including Jenkins. Hey, Jenkins, there's a Venom over there. Now, over here, he moved his Hellions looking onto my Land Raider. His Succubus fell out of combat over this way. His Scourges are moving up here looking on my Land Raider. They stayed over there to contest the objective. And Drukhari stayed in combat, and so did his Incubus against my Librarian over there. His 2 Archons disembarked from over there, looking onto all of my Terminators in the middle there, which is pretty brutal. And then these 2, did they stay still or did they move? They stayed still where they were. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting off, his Venom's going to fire into my scouts over here. Hitting on 3s. Pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Not 4.
Wounding on 4s. We got 5.
Yep.
So we got 5 wounds coming in here. 5 3-ups because they're in cover. And I failed 2 of them. And now his Scourges are gonna fire the Haywire Blasters into my Land Raider and the Shard Carbine into my Scouts. So we're gonna do the Shard Carbine first. Hitting on 3s. That's 1 wound. 3-up save. They're good with a filth phase. Woo! And now the Cavalry Warriors are gonna fire into my Scouts. One of them is in rapid fire range, so hitting on 3s. Ooh, pretty good. Wounded on 4s. Getting 3 wounds. 3-up saves. Oh, failed 1. So I have a choice here between keeping my Sergeant, who's gonna give me +1 leadership, or Jenkins. I think the obvious choice is the Sergeant's dead. Jenkins saying it. Stay alive, Jenkins, stay alive! And now the 2 Haywire Blasters into my Land Raider. That's 2 hits. Getting 1, so that's D3 mortal wounds, right? D3 mortal wounds. So 1 mortal wound into him, and then also a regular wound, though. Regular. At AP minus what?
It is minus nothing.
Minus nothing, so a 2-up. And he's good with that one. It was still -1, but he still made it, so. And now the Hellions are going to fire into my Land Raider over here. Hitting on 3s. Alrighty.
And I need 6s to wound.
6s to wound on this one. No wounds. Alright, and this Raider here is going to fire the Disintegrator Cannon into my Deathwing Knights over there. That is 2 hits. 1 wound? Yeah. What's it? Strength what?
Strength 5.
Strength 5, so that's going to be 1 wound. AP minus 3, so we're going to have the 3-up invul save there with the shields. Ooh. What? Alright, so now his wounded Raider over here is going to fire into my the one guy over here. So he's going to be hitting on 5s. 1 hit, no wound. And then he is going to fire into him. These are going to be hitting on 3s, getting 2 hits, wounding on 4s. That's 1 wound.
-3, you're in cover.
-3, so -2 becomes a 4-up save. Yeah, with the filth phase. Woo! And now the 2 Cavalry Warriors are going to fire into my champion over here. That is 3 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP nothing, so we got 2 2-up saves. Yeah, he good. All right, the Archon over there is going to fire the blast pistol into my Ancient.
2-up.
2-up. No hit. And now he's going to shoot with the, what is it? The Parasite Kiss into my Knights. That's 2 hits.
Always
Strength 4s. Oh, wounding on a 2+. That's, ooh, good thing it did. That's 2 wounds.
It is strength 4 weirdly, but it always
strength 4, but always wounds on 2. So that's,
except against vehicles.
Except against vehicles. So that is AP minus what again? AP minus 2, so it's going to be 3-up invul saves. Ooh, I failed 1, so that's going to be, what's the damage on that? 2 damage, so that's killing another knight. That is killer. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. On to the assault phase. His Archon there is going to charge into my Ancient. Nope, no hits. All re-rolling because of Belial. Nope, still nothing there. His charge distance is totally in
combat roll.
And then his other Archon is just going to charge into the Knights over here. And he is in. And now his Scourges are going to assault into my Land Raider. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. This is with the twin assault cannon, hitting on 6s. Getting 3 hits. Not getting to reroll because Belial's not within 6 now. So that's strength 6, so wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds at AP minus 1.
5 ups.
5 ups. Makes 1 of them, and these are feel no pains. No, so 2 are dead. And now the Hurricane Bolters are going to fire. 24 shots, hitting on 6s. Getting 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Oh, failed 1, 6 up. No, and he goes down. And now his Hellions are going to charge in here. So we're going to fire Overwatch with the twin assault cannon, hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits. Strength 6, so toughness 3. So wounded on 2s. Oof, only getting 1 wound. AP minus 1, plus 1 because he's in cover. No, that goes through. Feel no pain. No, one did. And now the hurricane bolters are firing in. Getting 4, 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 5 wounds. +1, so what is it? 3 ups? So 4 ups. Oh, wow, that's how you do that. And their charge distance is totally in. And now his Raider here is going to charge into my Terminator here. So fire an Overwatch with my Stormbolter. Nope, no hits there. Charge distance is 6, might be in.
I think.
Nope, wasn't enough to get in there. All right, and now his Venom is charging into Jenkins. I just need to see this Phil face again. Show me that Phil face. Come on. He's going to throw a grenade. Do it, do it, do it. No, that's the opposite. I asked for a Phil face. His charge distance. Yeah, that's totally in. Blomp, blomp. All right, so now we're going to start off the fight phase with his Hellions into my Land Raider here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, do you get to reroll the 1 because of the Witch? Or because of the Succubus? Yep, there we go. Me. Yeah, I got to remind him. All right, so these are now going to be, so they're base strength of 3. +1 because of combat drugs right now, because of the turn that it is. And their glaives give them +1 strength. So they're going to be strength 5, so these are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds.
No minus.
No minus, so 2 ups. And he makes them both. Sorry, I was wrong. It wasn't the turn. That was, I guess, last edition or something like that. But this is, no, this was just because of the roll that they got at the beginning of the game. All right, so now this Archon over here is going to attack into the Ancient.
2s to hit.
Hitting on 2s. All right, strength what?
It is going to be the Agonizer Whip, so wounds on 4+.
Agonizer, wounded on 4+. Getting, which one? How many is that? Ooh, reroll that one. So we got 2 wounds.
-2.
AP -2. Oh, I took all the dice away from over here. AP -2, so we got 2 4-up saves. Failed them both. Are they 1 wound each? So he's down to 1. And now the other one's gonna go into my Knights, hitting on 2s. All right, wounding on 4s. Getting, ooh, no wounds. And now he's going to activate his Incubi here into my Librarian. That is 2 hits.
He hits on 2+.
Oh, he hits, Incubi hits on 2+?
That's not the Incubi, that's the character.
Oh, that's the Sergeant hitting
yeah.
on 2+. All right, so there's 3 hits. 1 wound, AP nothing, or AP -3. So looking for a 5-up save. And he makes it with a Phil face. Woo! All right, now I'm going to activate my Interrogator Chaplain over here. He's going to attack in 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. Whoop. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, getting 1 wound. AP -1. 1 3 up. He's good. And now Drazar is going to activate in with the dual blades, hitting on 2s. All right, rerolling 1s because of his Warlord trait. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds over there, but the 6 gets another attack. That's a hit. That is not a wound though, so we got 2 wounds. AP -2, right? So 4-up saves. That's 1, made it, so he's down to 1 wound. All right, 4 attacks from my Librarian into his Incubi. That is 3 hits. Rerolling because of the Interrogator Chaplain there. Doesn't matter. Wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. AP -1, I think. Let me see. Yeah, -1, 4 ups. He fails 2 of them. So we're gonna have the first is D3 damage. So the first one is 2. No, he's dead. All right. And now Belial is gonna activate into the Archon over there. 5 attacks because of the Ancient there. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. Wounding on 2s because of his sword. 2 misses. So that is 3 wounds. Invul, so 1 at a time though, because it once you fail it, you lose it, right?
Yep.
So the first one, 2 up. It's good. The second one is good. Oh, and he failed it. So D3 wounds. 3 wounds. And now he has 3 6-ups. Oh, makes 1 of them, so he takes 2 wounds. And now the Ancient's gonna attack into him. So I've got 4 attacks hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Belial. All right, because it's with the Power Fist. So these are going to be wounding on 2s. That's 3 wounds. AP -3.
AP -3?
Yeah. Are these just going through?
Yep.
Yep, those are just going to go through. So it's D3 wounds. The first one is 1. So he takes 1 wound. Second one is 1. Takes a wound. And the third one is 2. And he fails them, and he is dead. And now the knights are going to attack in there. Black is going to be the knight master with 4 attacks. The greens are going to be the regular knights with the maces that are going to be 3 attacks each because of the ancient over there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Belial, thankfully. Ugh, still not great. All right, so here we go. These are going to be wounding on toughness 3, right?
Yep.
So wounding on 2s. All right, so we've got, these are 3, AP minus, you got 2 up invul saves. So we'll do, which ones do you want to start with? We'll start with the maces. We'll start with the maces. So we've got the first one is good. Second one is good. Third one is good. Now we've gone into these ones. First one is not good. So that's going to be 2 damage there. And then we've got 2 others that are AP minus 3. Those are all going to go through, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to have 6 up, feel no pains. Makes 1 of them, so 5 is gone, and he is dead. And now my Land Raider's attacking into his Hellions there. 6 attacks, hitting on 6s. Nope, nothing there. And now, we know this was a charge, but we held it for dramatic purposes because this is the most important battle of all time. The battle for Jenkins' life. So here we go. The Venom's going to attack first. Hitting on 4s, that's 1 hit. Wounding on, what is it, strength?
Your toughness 4?
Toughness 4.
4s.
So wounding on 4s. No, he doesn't wound him. Can Jenkins get him back? That's a hit. That is not a wound, but Jenkins lives. All right, and that is it for the Dark Eldar turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. Jenkins fell back into the building there because he's not an idiot. And he's going to stay within 3 inches of the objective, so he's still holding it because he's objective secured. But yeah, he didn't feel like getting whacked with the razor wings or whatever they've got over there. Then my champion stood where he was. He's happy with that charge there. My Land Raider fell back over here. My Deathwing Knights and Belial and the champion are moving up over this way. My sergeant over here is moving up this way towards this raider. My librarian moved up behind Drazar over here, and my interrogator chaplain stayed in combat with him. And that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, psychic phase. I'm going to start off with smite into Drazar there, looking for a 5. Getting it with a 10. Oh, that was so close because he still need more than 10. So D3. Whoa, 1 mortal wound. 6 up, ignoring it. Nope. And now he's going to try to mind wipe him. It goes off with a 7. So now we both roll off at our leadership. Both of our leadership is the exact same at this point. So both 9. So 9. He rolls a 3 and I roll a 3, which is exactly even, which means nothing happens with mind wipe. Oh, killer. All right, and that is it for psychic. Start with the shooting. My librarian's going to fire into his raider. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. No save. And now my sergeant's going to shoot into the raider over here. Getting all hits. Getting 1 wound. 4 up. Oh, he's good. The ancient's going to shoot into him. Re-rolling because Belial being there. Whoa, sorry, I'm knocking your stuff over here. That's what I get for not getting it. 3 hits. Got 1 wound. Oh, he's good. Now Belial's gonna do the same thing. Re-rolling because of himself. Oh, no wounds. All right, we're gonna start off. That's it for shooting into the assault phase. He's gonna charge into his raider over here. So Overwatch, hitting on 6s. Oh, no hits. Charge distance is totally in. Librarian's gonna charge into Drazar, and he's in. Champion is going to charge into his Kabalite warriors over here. They're Overwatch, no hits, and he's in. My Deathwing Knights are gonna charge into his raider over here. No Overwatch, and they're in. Belial's charging in. And he's in. And the Ancient. Ooh, 3 inches is not going to get him, I don't think. All right, we measured and it actually does get him in. All right, we're going to start with the Champion. 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. So 3 hits, wounding on 2s. Oh, what? Really? 1 wound. Oh, that's killer.
And then multiple damage.
It does multiple damage. So it does D3 damage. That's 3 damage. And it's 1 guy dead. And now my Librarian is going to attack into Drazar over here. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. It's got to show some luck, right? With 3 fill faces. Strength +2, so it's going to be strength 6. Toughness 3, so looking for... Oh, toughness 4, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds at AP -1. So 3 up saves. Oh, he fails 1. D3 wounds. 2 wounds.
Not enough to kill him.
Not enough to kill him, and he makes 1, so he's down to, what? Like, down to 2 wounds. Sergeant's going to attack into his Raider over here. So we got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Oh, come on! I needed that. Ah! He's actually within 3 of the Champion there. 6 of the Champion there, so he gets an extra attack. That's a hit. Okay, here it comes. I really need a 5 here. Really need a 5.
Roll a fortitude.
Oh, come! Oh, what? No, no! Why would you do it to me? Why? Why? Oh! I really needed that one, and I didn't get it. Oh, that hurts. Right in the feels. Right in the feels. All right, 4 attacks from the Ancient into him over there, hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Belial. 2 hits, wounding on a 3. That is 1 wound. D3 wounds. 3 wounds. And now the Knights are going to attack in. Black is the Knight Master, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Belial. A lot of rerolls. All right, these are going to be strength 6. These are going to be strength 8. So these are going to be, everything's wounding on 3s. Oh, that's real good. So these are 3 each. So that's AP -2 on these ones.
AP -2.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 5 AP -2 and 3 AP -3.
Those are going to go straight.
Those are going to straight through. So he's going to have 1 wound, 2 each. So he's going to have 1 wound left. So if you can make all of these, no, he's dead. Does he explode though? Because that might hurt me real bad. Don't do it. Okay, no, okay. All right, now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to attack into Drazar. 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, 2 wounds. AP -1.
3s.
Oh, and he makes them both. That's killer. All right, now he's going to activate his Cavalite Warrior over here. That's 1 hit. No wound. And now Drazar is going to attack into my my Interrogator Chaplain there. He's going to use the dual blade, so 6 attacks. That is all but 1, but rerolling because of his Warlord trait. Now these are going to be, what are we looking for? 4s to wound. Oh, no. All right. Rerolling 1s because of his Warlord trait, so that is 5 wounds. 5 4-ups.
Luckily, I didn't get any 6s there for extra.
Yeah, no 6s for extra attacks, but still 5 4-ups. If I fail any of these, he's dead. If I make all of them, I'm a woo. Here we go. 4-ups. No, he's, yeah, he did. He is totally dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. All right, and now his Raider has the 1 attack into my Sergeant over there. Hit. That is a hit. That is a wound.
At -1.
AP -1, so 3 up. Yeah, he's good. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Eldar on turn 3. Movement phase for the Dark Eldar here on turn 3. His venom moved up a little bit just to get some angle over here. His Cavalry Warrior fell back out of combat, but stayed within 3 of the objective there. His Succubus is moving up towards my Land Raider over this way. His Hellions are looking at my my Deathwing Knights over this way. His Raider fell out of combat and just kind of scooted around to the other side of him there. And Drazar stayed in combat with my Librarian. And that is it for the movement phase, because his other Raider over there stayed on the objective. So that is it for the movement phase for the Dark Eldar. We will come back to you with some shooting. All right, so starting us off here, these Kabalite Warriors are going to fire into Jenkins over here. So one guy is in rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. 1, 3 up. He's good.
The shard.
And now the Venom's going to fire into Jenkins over here, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. We've got, a lot. That is 2, 4, 6. We got 1, 4, 6. 3 up saves. Come on, Jenkins, you can do this. You've weathered more. We've seen the stories. 3 up saves. Oh no, and Jenkins goes down. Jenkins, no! And now he is going to fire into him with the disintegrator cannon. Sorry, that was going the wrong direction. All right, hitting on 5s, right?
Yep.
That's 2 hits. No wounds. And now that one is going to fire into him over here. These are hitting on 3s. All right, that is all hits. That is 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves. Oh, and I failed 1. That's 2 damage. He did. And now the Hellions are going to fire into my Deathwing Knights over there. Hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. We've got 2 wounds. 2 ups. They're good. All right, his Raider here is going to charge into my Ancient. I'm going to fire Overwatch. Hitting on 6s. Re-rolling because of Belial. All right, still got 2 hits. Wounded on 5s. Oh, got 1 wound. Oh, baby.
Now, given
4 up.
angle, you said you get covered.
If you have to be on it, you have to be on the control. Yeah. Okay. So here it comes.
Just 1.
Just 1. 4 up. Oh, and he makes it. Well done. Let's see if he makes the charge. Oh, and he does.
So you can.
And now his Hellions are going to charge into the Knights and Belial. So Belial's Overwatch. Rerolling because of himself. That's 2 hits. That is not great. And their charge distance. Yeah, it's totally in.
Dodge.
And now his Succubus is going to charge into my Land Raider on 6s with the Twin Assault Cannon. Rerolling 1s because of Belial. Got 2 hits. Strength 6, toughness 3, looking for 2s to wound. That's 2 wounds at AP -1, so 4 ups. Involves, right? And she fails 1, 6 up, ignoring it. No, so she takes 1 wound. And now the Hurricane Bolters into her, 24 shots, hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because of Belial. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Thank you, Belial. Yeah, he was within 6 there. Yeah, Justin. 3s. Oh, 3 wounds. 3 4 ups, right? Oh, 6 ups. Go. No, and she goes down to Overwatch. All right, we're going to start off with the Raider in the fight phase into my Ancient there.
4 up.
4 up. No hit. And now the Hellions are going to activate. 2 are going to go into the Knights, 2 into Belial. We're going to do the 2 into the Knights. These are hitting on 3s. All right. Strength +1/+1, right? So it becomes 5. Strength 5. So wounded on 3s. That's 1 wound.
No minus.
No minus, so 2 up. Oh,
2
come
damage.
on. 2 damage? Ah! And now the 2 into Belial hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit Belial in combat. Oh, man. Only made 1 difference. So now wounding on
just the 1.
Oh, yeah, wounding on 3s because he's toughness 4. Yep. So that's 1 wound, 2 up save. Yeah, he good. And now Drazar into my Librarian. He's going to use the 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of his Warlord trait. All right. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. Oh, 3 wounds. 6 is another attack. No, that's a hit. That is a wound. Oh, no. So that is going to be 4 wounds. Oh boy. So we got four ups because it's AP -2. Oh, I made 2 of them, so he's still alive.
I rolled.
And he actually had a 1 of the 1 to wound, so I guess reroll because of the warlord trait. No wound there.
No good.
All right, we're gonna start off with activating my librarian into Drukhari. So I've got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound.
2.
Oh, that's a 2.
D3 damage.
So D3 damage. 1 damage. No, I can't.
Made it.
He made it.
I mean, I had.
Oh, that's killer. And now my ancient's gonna attack into his raider. That is rerolling because of Belial. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. AP -3. Those all go through, right?
Yeah.
So it is dead. Let's see if it explodes. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, thank you. And now Belial's going to attack. 5 attacks on 2s. Wounded on 2s. That is 4 wounds. AP -3. So let's just go through.
What's
right?
My
D3 wounds
damage?
each. Yeah, D3 wounds each. The first one is 2. Dead guy. 2. Dead guy. 3. 1. Oop, 1. That's well, it's 50-50. So let's 1, 2, 3. It was the good one. Okay, so he's good. One's alive, and then 2. But then he's dead. And now my knights are going to attack. So black is going to be the knight master. Re-rolling because of hitting on 3s, but re-rolling because of Belial. Thank you, Belial. Oh yeah, really okay. Wounding on 2s. Okay, so these are going to be AP -3. So, but he could survive. These are going to be.
Sure?
No, he's probably going to fail at least 1 6. All right, and that is it for the Dark Eldar turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. Movement phase for the Dark Angels, he got within 1 inch of him. He stayed in combat with Drukhari. Belial moved back over this way towards my librarian. My ancient moved up onto the objective over here. These guys advanced towards this way. He moved up there, stayed within 3 inches of here, and that is it. That's all I've got left. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, starting off, he is going to smite into Drukhari. Oh, no!
Roll your D3.
I can't. That's it. He's dead. I'm just dead. I'm dead. 1 second. All right, so yeah, he did. Because I can't roll less than a 1 on the barrels, and he is dead. But he's within 6 inches of both Belial and Drukhari. So we're going to go on to Drukhari first. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. So he's got 3 6-ups. He needs to make 2 of these to survive. No, and Drukhari goes down, and that is slay the warlord. And then on to Belial. He takes 1 mortal wound. All right, so now my land raider is going to fire in the shooting phase. He's going to fire a twin assault cannon and one of the hurricane bolters into his raider over here, and the other hurricane bolter into his Cabalite warriors here. We're going to go with the twin assault cannon first. 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. That was not great. So strength 6, wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 5 wounds at AP -1.
5 ups.
5 ups. Oh, wow, makes 2 of them, so he takes 3 wounds. And now the hurricane bolters into him. 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 5s. Yeah. And now the other hurricane bolter into the Cabalite warriors. Hitting on 3s. Okay, this is a bit better, but let's hope they wound better. Wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. So 7 plus 1 because they're in cover, so 7 4-ups. Failing only 3 of them. Wow, well done. And then 6s. No, failing those, so 3 dead. And now into the assault phase. He is going to assault into the Cabalite warrior here. No overwatch shots. And he's in. All right, so now he's going to attack him. Hitting on 2s. Don't do this to me. Okay, that's 2 wounds, AP -4. It's D3 wounds each. So 3, 4 wounds, so 4, 6 ups. It could happen. I've seen weirder. No, he did. All right, that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. So I got another 3 points, which leaves us now at 14 to 11 because I got Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and my opponent has Slay the Warlord. So it's a real close game, 14 to 11. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Eldar here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Dark Eldar. He moved over to here. They advanced over this way. They are within 3 of that objective. He stood still over here, and that is it for the movement phase for the Dark Eldar, because that's what he's got left. This is such a close game. All right, we will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting off, he's going to shoot his disintegrator cannon into my ancient over here, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 1 hit. No, that is a wound. AP minus, what is it? AP -3 +1 because he's in cover there. So looking at a 4-up save. 50-50. Oh, and he makes it with a fill phase. Woo! All right, his venom is going to fire into my, into these dude bros here, the Deathwing Knights. Hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s, right? So that's 2 wounds. I forgot to bring dice with me. Why do I keep doing that? Here we go. AP nothing, so 2-up saves. Oh, failed 1. And that is it for the Dark Eldar turn here on turn 4. So we got another 3 objective points, so it puts him at 17. 17 to 11. This is a really close game. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. These guys moved up towards him. He stood still. He stayed over where he was. Belial advanced over the back over there. And that is it. That's all I've got left on the table. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase since my librarian is dead. All right, shooting phase. My Land Raider is going to fire his twin assault cannon into the venom. And he's going to fire both the hurricane bolters into the Cabalite Warriors over there. So we're going to do the twin assault cannon into the venom first. It's -1 to hit him. So looking for 4s to hit. All right, that is... It did save you quite a bit. Ooh, 6 hit. It saved you 4 hits with that. Killer. So strength 6, toughness 5, looking for 3s to wound. Oh, that's killer. 2 wounds at AP -1. 5 ups. Oh, makes 1 of them. And now 12 shots from the Hurricane Bolters into the Cabalite Warriors on 3s. No minus to hit them. All right. Wounding on 3s. Oh, man. My dice are making it so close. 5 wounds.
5 ups.
5 ups. Fails 3 of them. 6 ups. Oh, and they are dead. All right, that's it for shooting into the assault phase. They are going to charge into his Raider. Here comes his Overwatch on 6s. Oh, no. 1 hit. No wound. They need a 3-inch charge. Oh, and they're in. All right, that's it for the charges. So we're going to go on to the assault phase. These guys are going to fight into his Raider here. So we're going to go with the guy with the Nightmaster is going to be in the black. Greens are going to be the guy with the mace, hitting on 3s. Oh, I need it better than that. All right, so here we go. These are going to be wounding on 3. Everything's wounding on 3s. All right, all wounds. These are at AP -2, and this is at AP -3. So the -2, you can make 6 ups. No, fails them both. So that's 6, 7, 8 wounds, and he's dead. Does he explode?
Please.
Don't do it. Okay, no, he does not. All right, so that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 5. I scored 1, 2, 3, 4 points this turn, bringing me up to 15. My opponent has 17 points right now. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Eldar on turn 5. All right, Dark Eldar movement phase. That's it. He just moved back there, so he's within 3 of the objective, holding on to that one back there, and that's it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting. And now his Venom's going to shoot into my champion because he's just closer than at the Land Raider. So hitting on 3s. All right. Take those out of the way, and then wounding on 4s. So we got 3 wounds, 3 2-up saves. He's good. So that's the end of the Dark Eldar turn. He is going to burn this objective. So he gets him D3 victory points.
3.
Oh, getting him 3 victory points. That is so killer. So that gets him 20 victory points. Oh. All right. So now we will come back to you with the end of this turn. All right. So here it is.
I'm going to give you a woo on this.
This is where it goes. I am going to have to roll to see if the game ends here at the bottom of turn 5. This is killer. This is killer. So, at this point, he has 20 victory points. He will also get Linebreaker, which will give him 21 points. I will get Linebreaker, which will give me 16 points. So my opponent is up by 5 points right now. This is killer. So, here we go. We need to see if the game ends. On a 3-up, it goes on. On a 1 or a 2, it's over. Here we go. Come on. Come on. I need it to go on. I need it to go on. Oh, no! Oh! No! Dice, why do you forsake me? Oh, that is so killer. Oh, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Oh, and it is a Dark Eldar victory at the end of turn 5 on victory points. Oh, man, that was awesome. That was so much fun. It was stressful and so much fun. Oh, man, that was so good. Because next turn, I would have had to try to kill him off there. He had the one guy with 5 wounds left. I was going to try to burn that objective back there to get some more points. So what would have happened if I had kept it? I would have got 1, 2, 3 for sure, and possibly definitely 4. So that would have gotten me to 19.
Roll D3 for that.
All right. If I would have burned it, oh, of course I would have burned it for 3. So I would have had. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 additional, which would have gotten me to 21. If he didn't die, he was going to move over to here to get 1 point, which meant that we would have been tied. And if it ended there, we would have ended in a tie. If we didn't end there, it would have been, I would have had way more that I would have collected at that point. So I would have had to kill him. It would have had to kill him. If it went on to turn 7, I think I would have definitely won just because of the number of objectives I hold. At the end of turn 6, it would have been a tie. Oh, man, that was awesome. That was so much fun. So good. Oh, man, such a brutal game. I'm really Death Watch, at first, it felt, I felt in trouble. Dark Angels. I felt tough. I felt really bad with the Death Wing there. Death Wing is what I was trying to say. Sorry. I really like the Death Wing. They played really well. The combinations with characters that you can get was awesome. At the beginning, when I lost all of those regular Terminators to those shooting, it was hard. I was like, well, this does not look good because he had so many bodies. But then, once those Deathwing Knights got into combat there and just started like wiping units off the board, it got brutal. So much fun. But yeah, a brutal game coming down to so close right to the end, and a ton of fun. The stratagems really came in handy. There were a couple that I didn't get to use because I tried some other things, but yeah, it's a whole new game for Dark Angels now with the stratagems. I am a big fan of this codex. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek. As always, my opponent's been Jason, and until next time, have fun.